do Belka stuff. 1, 3, 5, 7, 8, 9. Alright. Turn off my fan so that it doesn't interfere with narration. Start this bitch up. Oh, she's already in. Alright, I don't know what the voice I'll give her, so maybe I'll just chirp up a little. Sorry, am I late, Commander? I've just arrived too. Oh, I was the one who asked if you could help me sort through my data. Yeah, I ended up being late. I hope you won't be too upset about this. Because of this, Commander. Look, stop acting so overly dramatic, Belka. You don't need to talk like that around me. I can't add anything from you after all, Commander. But you know what? Sweet talking like that was exactly how I got Big Sis to accept me into the team. Such as... When we finally met after so many years, she instantly pinned me to the ground and even held me at gunpoint as if I were an enemy. That doesn't sound like a good start. I had to jump through so many hoops to find 4-4 secret base. I guess it was fair for Big Sis to mistake me for an intruder. Anyway, when I finally saw her, I immediately threw myself into her arms and cried like a baby. Then I recounted all the tragic backstories I had to go through: vagrancy, displacement, no friends, no companions. And so, Big Sis took me in as an intern. It seems your promotion went smoothly. Maybe? Because I actually got gravely injured during a later mission, which made me look even more sympathetic. Fortunately, Big Sis saved me and truly accepted me. I'm not sure if that counts as going smoothly, but I was certainly very pitiable. I can see the gist. Though, I suppose these little tricks are no longer of use after you've been officially accepted into the team. That's not entirely true. Big Sis isn't a heartless doll after all. Even if the tricks fail, my very real and sincere emotions can still move her. Just take a good look at the results of my neural records, Commander. Okay. Time's precious. Let's get started. Data transmission normal. Neurocar collection activated. Good work, Belka. That's of course. I've grown over the years, after all. I see. But do not let your guard down. I know, Commander. Too bad I don't have her. Can I use Belka? Nobody except for my indoors and my dog and my friends is Belka. Well, I mean, she loves Big Sis Klukai so much, I guess I'll give her more of it. I'll bring out...
抱歉。
I mean, I'll just bring out...
那就来吧。
4, why not?
收到。
By that, I mean I just one-shot everything.
碎裂吧。是。哼，将404作为对手，是你们最大的错误。
Okay, so it's 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. Gotcha. Feelings that cannot be conveyed. Yep. The projector in the meeting room dims. The doll standing in front of the front lowers the remote in her hand and stares at the other three. That's it for today's debriefing. Good job, everyone. There will be no group activities for the rest of the day, so take this opportunity to get some rest. Remember, training is scheduled for early tomorrow morning. Alright then, I guess I'll just... McD immediately leans back in her chair and falls asleep within seconds. And Doris chuckles and gives her a gentle pat on the head. Klukai lets out a huff at Mekti's hopeless figure. Never motivated at all during training, yet always deferred to slack off. Hearing that, Belka jumps out of her chair and runs up to Klukai with her hand raised. I'm motivated, big sis. Let's go training, shall we? Unless we're counting this commission, it's been ages since we last trained together. More besides, if you just highlighted lots of my shortcomings during the debriefing, I can certainly improve upon them much more effectively if big sis there instruct me. Well, it's a good thing you're this motivated. I need to see Vector today, so I don't have the time. Eh? Why? Between me and Vector, I'm obviously more important. Look, what does any of this have to do with who's more important? Team B will be on a mission tomorrow. Tonight's the only time when both Vector and I are available. With Team B now on the right track, I can't wait to see Level's reaction during our next communication. As Klukai heads out, she notices Belka following tightly behind her. Confused, she halts her step and looks back. Belka also stops obediently. Well, if you're occupied, we can call it a night here, big sis. But in that case, promise me you'll train with me tomorrow. There's a team training scheduled for tomorrow anyway. We'll see once we conduct a practical training. She then leaves the meeting room. Belka stomps in frustration as she watches Klukai's drinking silhouette. Why can't I be Team B's leader? Why can't they just make their own mission plan and stop bothering Big Sis? You want to be Team B's leader, Belka? No. I was just talking about the mission plan. If you're talking about Team B's mission plan, it needs to be drafted with the specifics of the commission in mind. For example, the route of several missions Team B has taken recently happens to pass by our base. Not only can they stop by for a rest, but we will also have some joint training sessions with them. Huh? Team B came over? Yes. I happen to have a recent mission plan from Team B on hand. You should take a look at it if you want to know more, Belka. Before Belka can answer, Andoris has already sent her entire package. Torrents of data gush into Belka's narrow cloud and clog up a processing thread. Feeling the excess heat produced by her core going into overdrive, Belka rushes out of the meeting room. I'll go to Rushi since Team B's here. I'll check the document later. Nice one, Andoris. Close the door. Belka hums as she skips across the hallways, heading toward Team B's rest area. I haven't seen Rushi for a long time. I wonder if the idea I gave her last time worked out or not. In any case, building a friendship is no easy task. I need to comfort her nicely. The door to the rest area is open, and Rushi's silhouette can be spotted from far away, along with her and Vector's voice. After a moment's hesitation, Belka sneaks up to the door and increases the gain on her audio module. Just try it out, Vivi. It's a limited edition. It was quite a hassle for me to get it from the underground brokers. I'm sure it'll look so cute on you, Vivi. I think I'll pass. It'd be a waste to give such a cute thing to me. No, it won't. See how it matches perfectly with your hair color? Come on, Vivi, just give it a try. Well, if you insist. Okay, it's on. See how cute you look. I knew it'd look great on you, Vivi. It was worth pre-ordering it as soon as it came available. You should wear this during your meeting later, Vivi. Wouldn't that be unprofessional? No way. Well, it's okay if you don't want to wear it if you find it awkward. After all, you look cute either way, Vivi. Really? Of course! Wasn't it obvious? Judging by the sound, Rushi is pacing back and forth restlessly in the room. Don't get me started on that. Oh, the little pouty face. That client of the last commission was so out of touch. You only pointed out all the potential worst-case scenarios because you were in charge and being responsible. How dare he question your attitude? We should have Klukai blacklist that PMC guy. There's no way we're taking another commission from him ever again. It's okay. I'm used to it. Besides, he already stood up for me back then. The client only calmed down thanks to you. Then I guess I'll pardon that guy since you said so. Speaking of which, remember the fashion store we passed by during our last outing, Vivi? Their storefront was so stylish. Which one? I don't remember. I took a photo. Give me a second. The cheerful chatter between Bushi and Vector continues from the rest area. Belka crouches outside the door for a moment before quietly standing up and leaving. Bushi and Vector. Looks like they've gotten closer. Never mind. After leaving the rest area, Belka wanders aimlessly around the base, grumbling and complaining as she does so. Seriously, what happened between Bushi and Vector? Those of us in Team A just went on a mission, albeit the mission might have been a long one, but how are they behaving completely different now? Shouldn't Bushi be worrying about not getting along with Vector? Damn it! Bushi and Vector's relationship used to be just like mine and Big Sis. How come it's just suddenly just me? Ooh, Belka furiously kicks the supply container lying in the hallway. I'm the only one chasing after Big Sis like a fool. All upset, Belka stands idly for a moment before bending down and clutching her head in dismay. Screw this. What do I even do? What should I even do? Damn it. How did Rushi do that? How can I get closer to Big Sis? Oh my. Suddenly, Andora's voice can be heard from behind. Before Belka can turn around, Andorus walks over and crouches in front of her with a smile. What's the matter, Belka? Didn't you say you were going to Rushi? What are you doing here alone? Did you two get into an argument? It's not like that. I'm just upset because I didn't get the train with Big Sis. Say, Andorus, I've been part of 404 for so long, so how come my relationship with Big Sis hasn't improved at all? Even Rushi and Vector are getting along now. I had no idea how she managed to... Seemingly reminded of something all of a sudden, Belka remains in her crouched position while she inches toward Andorus and leans into her ear. You've been following Big Sis all these years, right, Andorus? Surely you have some way to help me improve our sister relationship? Give me a moment. Searching for related information. Andorus keeps smiling but stops moving otherwise. Andorus? Andorus! The warm smile remains on Andorus' face, but she offers no answer. Forget it. I'll stop bothering you. I'll just look it up myself. I found something. There's a lot of tangential data, but not much is left after sifting through them. Huh? But please, go ahead. Best ways to strengthen bonds with family and friends. Traveling together is a top pick. Cooking meals that the others enjoy is also a good idea. Other recommendations include inviting them out to dinner or celebrating memorable occasions together to bring back fond memories. Traveling is a no-go, nor is food that big a deal to us dolls. Sounds like only the last one could work. Memorable occasions. It's gotta be that day then. Yep. Soon it'll be the anniversary of me joining 404, which also makes it Sisters Reunion Day between me and Big Sis Klukai. I'm such a genius. Thank you, Andorus. I'll go make preparations now. Before Andorus can finish, Belka has excitedly jumped off and rushed off. Still crouched in place, Andorus blinks. No need to thank me. We'll be fine. Watch this.
收到。
Oh, come on.
再见吧。是，好。 请小心脚下。好困。希望这是您所期待的结果。
See, I did complete Pickup Commander's orders perfectly. If you want to compliment me, Commander, I'll need to first make sure Big Sis is here to hear it too. Your frame's outstanding performance played a big part in how smoothly the data sorting went. That's a compliment, right? You just complimented me, Commander. Does that mean I'm also becoming more and more big like Big Sis? I've always wanted to become a super elite doll like her. Is that why you joined 404? Out of your admiration for Blue Guy? Of course the Commander would have guessed that. It's only that despite Big Sis accepting me into the team, I've felt like I was never part of it for the longest of times. Was it because I was the last to join? It always felt like Big Sis Klukai was much colder towards me than all the other members. I don't think that's the reason. As such, I started by following Big Sis everywhere she went just so I could stay close by her side. I even penned a Klukai observation report. Fancy a look, Commander? I'll pass. Besides, doing so will only push her further away from you. Eh? Really? No way! Stop following me around everywhere I go. Are you a mallet or something, and still in the imprinting phase or what? See how Big Sis gave me such a cute nickname? Never mind. Let's keep going. I'm starting to wonder if the relationship ever improved. Alright then, if you say so, Commander, then let's see for yourself. You're hopeless. Let's see. I mean, we still have half the event to go through. Ugh, what's wrong? I just remembered something that happened when I first joined 404. I got too impatient during a mission and ended up messing up several times. Not only did I fail to help Big Sis, I also dragged her down. What a terrible memory. But things are different now, right? Belka? Of course! Remember that it pays me if I do things right, okay, Commander? IMIG?
收到。碎裂吧。是。还在期待什么呢？正常水平罢了。别救我嘛！
Oh, there's a dude down here.
早早收工，早早回家。
Not anymore.
好。啊，请小心脚下。正常水平罢了。认清现实。将404作为对手。
Alright, special anniversary. A few days later, outside the maintenance room. As soon as the door opens, Belka pulls Endora's in with her excitedly. Oh wow, that's a creative use of sprites. Belka, wait. Dear, where are all the custom motorbike parts that got delivered? Let me see them. Deer is busy adjusting something at the repair table, but he pauses his task upon hearing Belka. He retrieves a large box from behind him and places it under the table. Here, all the parts you ordered. I checked them for you. They're all good. Take a look yourself. Hehe, surprises, presents, anniversaries are all about them. Gifts for Big Sis. Belka hops over to the table. Right as she opens the cardboard box, she suddenly hears Megdi's voice behind her. Dear, remember when I asked you to bring over the... Huh? Why are there so many people here? Megdi? Why are you here? Megdi glances warily at the box of anime figures behind Deer, making sure that Belka has yet to notice it. I just happened to walk by. Really? Of course. I was gonna ask what's the gift that he asked you to bring you? I heard something about an anniversary. Doing her best to change the subject, Mekti shoots a glance at Deer, signaling Adam to hide the boxes of anime figures he had smuggled in more carefully. How could you eavesdrop on me? Because she's dropping on you. You're just one being so obnoxiously loud. If everything's good, I'll go back to sleep now. Please wait a second, Mekti. Huh? Compared to me, we have a doll even more familiar with Leader here. Are you sure you don't want to consult her opinions, Belka? Who needs her opinions anyway? Mekti only mess things up. I think Andor's is onto something. Look at how Klukai always has put up with her for all these years. She must have something going on that we don't know about. What are you guys even talking about? Fine, I'll ask her. So, you want to celebrate the anniversary of you joining 4-4 with Klukai? It's Sisters Reunion Day. Whatever you call it. But if you're going to Klukai directly with that plan of an anniversary party or something, she's gonna definitely outright shut you down. You know how prickly she can be. Unless... Never mind, I just go to her as I usually do. Though, you might want to change the name, but I doubt the outcome will be any different. So, I just need to pester her until she agrees? Gotcha! I'm an expert at that! First time I've seen someone say that with a straight face. What do you know? It is determination to get close to Big Sis Klukai. I can elaborate further. Anyway, you have to keep the secret, or else I won't be able to give Big Sis a big surprise. If you dare slip, I'll... Belka quickly stares in the direction of Deer. What now? Thought I wouldn't notice, huh, you little smugglers? We could talk this out. More like you shouldn't talk when you're supposed to. Otherwise, I can't guarantee that Big Sis won't accidentally discover your figurines. In that case, Belka, who helped Big Sis uncover Mekti's contraband, will certainly be rewarded. Alright, fine, okay. I swear, as long as Google doesn't stream me upside down on the target and puts 9 magazines into me, I will keep my mouth shut. There you go. Now, I've only got a few days left. I'll need to hurry up and get the gift ready. Let me see. Custom parts. Belka excitedly rushes toward the cardboard box on the table. Let's be real, Mekti can get whatever the fuck she wants, as long as you don't disturb her sleep.
训练有一定成效了。这数还来得及，正常水平罢了。这数还来得及，正常水平罢了。
啊，总算结束了，回去后可以睡一整天吗
？What's the matter, Commander? I've always wanted to ask, why is your attitude towards Mekti completely different than everyone else? I mean, just look at her. She's a lazy, good-for-nothing freeloader who causes Big Sis so much trouble yet still gets all her special attention. I don't think that's what Mekti set out to do. Fine, I'll admit it, I am a little jealous of her. Just a little. Even though Big Sis would never admit it, I've always treated her as the most important family member in my life, you know? Why can't I be that special companion? Why can't I be the first one that comes to her mind? Why is Big Sis always acting so distant from me? I want her special attention too. Is this par for the course for all little sisters? Look, Belka, it's totally normal for you to admire Klukai, but getting overly obsessed is detrimental to you and your neural cloud. Finally, someone said it. Now how will she respond? I get it, Commander, but I just don't want to be separated from my family. If thinking about it this way makes you feel better, maybe it's actually a sign that Klukai trusts you so much she doesn't feel the need to watch over you like she does the more problematic members. Huh? That's how you see it? I never thought of that possibility. No wonder you're the Commander. If you're being so considerate, I might end up falling for you, Commander. Of course, I do like you a lot already. Thanks, but I'll pass on that. I don't think I can handle it any better than Klukai. since you're still in the mood to joke around, that means we can continue sorting. Of course, I can continue I can continue anytime as long as you're ready. Ooh, look at that. A mishap form. I kind of want to put down some turrets just to fuck with it. I need to make sure.
训练有一定程度收到。
There we go. Just what I needed.
是，正常水平罢了。
好的，指挥官。像这样如何？好。像这样如何？好。
Nope.
好困。
Good zap.
希望这是您所期待的结果。
Okay. A gift from the squirrel. After another routine training session. That's it for today's training. Good job, everyone. You're free for the rest of the day. Remember to treat tomorrow's commission seriously. Moments after Klugai's announcement, Belka immediately makes a 180-degree turn and is about to leave. It's not the first time she's done this. Recently, be it after a training or a debriefing session, Belka would depart the moment she's dismissed instead of pestering Klugai as she usually does. Belka, you stay here. Forced to stop, Belka smiles awkwardly at Klugai. Big sis! Is anything wrong? Didn't you want to train together? I happen to be free today. Huh? Oh, right. I mean, with Big Sis instruction, I can certainly improve a great deal. Belka reveals a troubled expression, gritting her teeth while glancing at the clock. Only 10 minutes left before the delivery time she agreed upon with the underground broker. As for the package, there are more accessories for the motorbike, naturally prepared for the Sisters Union Day. It's not that every day Big Sis has the time to train with me, but you got something on hand? Klugai closes in on Belka. Oh, the Zoom. Suddenly, Belka's communication terminal starts ringing at an untimely moment. Belka hurriedly hangs up the call. She glances at Klugai with a worried look, but the latter doesn't even bother to look at the comms interface and simply stares at Belka with a scrutinizing gaze. It's nothing important. It's okay if I don't answer the call. Are you sure about that? I bet the underground brokers you got in touch with recently were impatiently waiting for your answer. No way, I stopped. Hold on, huh? Broker? What broker? What are you talking about, Big Sis? Klugai sighs. Haven't you been going to brokers when you're free recently? I can't even spot your shadow during break time. Not to mention using every trick in the book just to pry for more bike-related information out of me. Now, tell me, what are you planning behind my back? Belka nibbles on her lower lip, almost slipped up there, thinking that her carefully planned surprise has already been spoiled. Fortunately, the anniversary is only a few days away, so telling Klugai everything at this point won't be that much of a problem. Belka is clearly unaware of her constantly shifting troubled expression. Even Klugai begins to wonder if she had been too harsh to Belka. You know, 404 doesn't completely prohibit you from ordering. Just as Klugai is able to comfort her, Belka beats her to the punch with her exclamation. So Big Sis Klugai, I wanted to celebrate our reunion together as sisters. For that, I've been preparing a gift. I decline. I haven't even told you what I planned for our anniversary yet. Please, at least listen to what I have prepared. I've put a lot of time and effort into this. So that's what you've been up to. I see. Looks like you clearly haven't been allocated enough training. Anyway, request denied. Don't even think about it. Big Sis, please don't go. We have a commission to accomplish tomorrow. You should get your maintenance done sooner than later. As much as it pains her, Klukai prides Belka's shaking hands off her arm and turns to leave the training room. Big Sis' resolute rejection was so cool. But isn't this exactly what Mekti said would happen? Although... Never mind, just go to her as you usually do. Though you might want to change the name, but I got the outcome will be any different. So I just need to pester her until she agrees. Gotcha, I'm an expert at that. Oh god. Ugh, no way in the hell I'm gonna admit she's right, but let's give it a try. It's all for Big Sis. While Klukai is reading a motorbike magazine in the rest area, Belka quietly sneaks up behind her. Did you know, Big Sis? You're the one who saved me when I was in a rut. Before joining 404, I was living a life of squalor and vagrancy. Where did you get to the point? I'm just trying to say that Sisters Union Day is super important to me. Please, let's celebrate our anniversary together, like Big Sis Klukai. Shut up. I refuse. During 404's commission. Do you know Big Sis? Do you remember Big Sis? The day that we reunited was so different than now. It was also near the base with you pointing a gun at me. Keep the relevant chatter to a minimum. But that day is very, very important to me. Not just that day, but every single day since we reunited. They're all equally important. Which makes the anniversary extra important. Please, Big Sis, pretty please. As long as you agree to celebrate together, I promise to shut up about all this. Before Belka can finish her sentence, Belka points... Oh, Jesus. Jump scare. Klukai points her muzzle at Belka and quickly pulls the trigger, knocking out the enemy behind her. If you don't want to go back into the scrap bin, focus on the task at hand, please. Maggie has fallen asleep on the beanbag sofa. Klukai is servicing her trusted weapon, and Endorus is preparing to brew some coffee not far from them. Good evening, Big Sis. Oh, everyone's around. Indeed, evening is a good time for rest. Great, here comes the nuisance. Big Sis Klukai, please. I've prepared you an anniversary gift. The gift will be heartbroken if you're just going to discard it without taking a look. Just as heartbroken as I am. Belka's vivid plea makes Klukai turn her head around. Now she's forced to stare directly at Belka's tear-filled eyes. No means no. It doesn't matter how many times you ask. Although knowing Belka is trying to elicit sympathy, Klukai can't bring herself to say anything harsher upon seeing such a wronged expression. You're still so insincere, Galiter. Meanwhile, Endorus brings coffee to the two of them. Don't try to plead for her, Endorus. It's Belka's heartfelt wish after all. She has put a lot of time and effort into this, and it hasn't gone unnoticed by us. Maybe taking up on her wish isn't such a bad thing, leader. Klukai falls silent at these words. Seizing the opportunity, Belka quickly wipes her tears, puts on a sweet smile, and leans in toward Klukai. I promise you'll love the gift, Big Sis, and I guarantee I won't cause you any trouble. I'll do exactly as you say. Please, we can celebrate our sisters' unity together, right? It's not some sisters' reunion day. Huh? What do you mean, Big Sis? That was indeed the day you joined the team, but more importantly, it marks the proper formation of Hyde 404 Combat Team A. It's an anniversary that belongs to us all. You need to stop harping on this sisters reunion nonsense. If you insist on holding a celebration, just keep what I said in mind. So you did just say celebration, right, Big Sis? Ooh, yeah. I see, you just agreed, right? She was right after all. Who? Mekti? Following Belka's gaze, a little drool. Klukai locks on to Mekti, still fast asleep on the sofa with a satisfied grin on her face and no signs of waking up. No, it's nothing. I just knew Big Sis wasn't letting me down. This must be our sisterly bond. Belka quickly wraps her hands around Klukai, pulling her attention back. Stop snuggling up to me. You're just like a squirrel. No, not even squirrels are as clingy as you. Get off me. You're making it stuffy. Belka happily lets her go and flashes Klukai a smug smile. You wait for the gift the squirrel has prepared for you, Big Sis. Caught up in Belka's excitement, Klukai unnaturally clears her throat before turning around. As for how you're going to celebrate, make sure not to go overboard. 404 is not some party company. You've had your welcome parties, no need to do it again. We have a commission on that day. No method of celebration is more suited to 404 than the success of the mission and all of us returning to home safely. If If it's the team's anniversary, then I shall prepare some drinks for everyone after our return. Do whatever you like. Anyway, stop pestering me from this. Stop pestering me with this from now on, Belka. Where's that, big sis? I'll make sure to have the gift ready and hand it to you myself. Are you even listening to me? It's just a gift, nothing complicated. I almost got it done. Forget it. After letting out a deep sigh, Kluka leaves the rest area, but the look of excitement in Belka's face lingers in her mind. A gift from the squirrel, huh? She's gonna fuck up the commission, I guarantee it. Let me grab a few of my friends' dolls so I can give them some money.
那就来吧。那就来吧。是。
好困。好。
正常水平半了。
Finally.
好的，指挥官。像这样如何？好。像这样如何？好。
Good zap, nerd.
好困。早早收工，早回家。好困。
任务结束，一起回去吧。
Nice. All right. Some guys up there.
是。还在期待什么呢？
好困。好的，指挥官。
I wonder if my turret's gonna fire upon them from here.
像这样如何？
If not.
好。
Nope, they can't. Oh well.
这树还来得及。正常水平半了。
希望这是您所期待的结果。
All right. An awaited promise. It's the day of the long-awaited anniversary. Belka is already waiting excitedly outside Klukai's door early in the morning. Her terminal beeps several times to wrap up the section, but Belka impatiently turns off the notification and continues to stare at the door. Anniversary! Anniversary with Big Sis! Standing outside the door with a silly smile on her face, Belka is pacing around when the door suddenly opens and Klukai comes out walking out. Happy anniversary, Big Sis Klukai! Big Sis, you look so cool today. It's like you've got this special aura around you. I see. Are you also looking forward to today's surprise, Big Sis? Let's complete today's commission first. Klukai doesn't speak further as she continues to stride forward. Relax, Big Sis. It's just a little commission. We've done this so many times before. Nothing can go wrong this time. Let me tell you a big secret, Big Sis. I have a little surprise for you in the rest area. It's got all the sense of ceremony with it. Let's head straight for the rest area after the commission. Hearing Belka's increasingly excited babble, Klukai stops in her tracks, looking somewhat resigned. Wait, have you not seen the messages I sent you, Belka? You sent me messages? I'll check right now. Belka frantically opens her comm terminal, takes one look, and starts squealing in panic. No way! An emergency mission? Who the hell even takes on 2 commissions in the same day? About that, I meant to say, how can that lever be so heartless? Today's the anniversary of our team's formation. If she doesn't want to take part in the celebration herself, fine, but how can she throw us a last-minute commission like this? Let me take a look at the details. It's to suppress automated machines with malfunctioning IFFs. After carefully reading the commission request several times, Belka looks up at Klukai with eyes full of grievance. Can't we let Team B handle this, Big Sis? I think they're entirely capable of dealing with this kind of task. Team B is on its way to other missions. Besides, do you think the plan is something you can alter on a whim? I didn't mean that, it's just... Today there was supposed to be an anniversary, but now we're stuck in doing missions all day, potentially working overtime as well. There won't be any time left to celebrate together. If we keep sitting around wasting time, then we really won't have enough time to celebrate. Eh? It's an E-rank difficulty standard rescue mission. The area of operation is the same as originally planned, so it's a matter of doing it on the side of what we already had to do. With 404's capability, we won't be back in the afternoon if we head out now. So, do you want to keep zoning out here, or should you go get geared up then? I'll get ready. No. Belka is already geared up and ready to go. Let's move out, Big Sis. As the dust sets in, the 3 dolls walk into the partially decorated rest area. Being the first to enter the room, Belka kicks a cardboard box by the door. Following a loud thud, multicolored string lights inside the box are thrown shatter across the floor. Belka pouts and kicks the string lights away too. That is the surprise Belka had prepared for Klukai. All that's left was to hang out the string lights on the walls of the rest area to make the atmosphere even cozier. Yet, the expression of Belka's face now stands in stark contrast to the warm atmosphere she intended to create. Damn, you got fucked up. Holy shit, yeah. Damn, I'm assuming things didn't go so well. Belka? And Doris looks at Belka with some concern. Mekti, being the last one of the group to arrive, stretches lazily, grabs the nearest pillar by the door, and plops right down on the pile of string lights contentedly. Finally, we're back. Today was so tiring. I don't want to walk an extra single step. Belka glances at the doll lying at her feet. She then picks up one of the string lights and walks into the wall with a blank face trying to hang it up. However, the long string of lights seem to have a mind of its own. Just as one side is secured, the opposite side would begin to sag and tangle itself with sections already hanging on the wall. Belka grabs the hanging side and tugs at it impatiently, soon entangling everything into a knot. First, the emergency commission, then an in-person report at the request of the client, and Big Sis just left? Like that? What even is this? Even the damn lights are working against me. Belka furiously throws the tied up string light to the ground and then walks to the overturned cardboard box to get another one. One end of the long light string is pinned beneath Mekti, and Belka tugs at it unsuccessfully for a while. Mekti? Get up, Mekti! Don't cough. It's time to wake up. Wake up! Mekti painfully opens her eyes. Belka, is Klukai back? Why are you waking me up? Because of the string lights. You're sitting on all my string lights meant for decoration. What string lights? Mekti fumbles around aimlessly. Growing increasingly frustrated as she watches, Belka ultimately shoves her to the side. Whoa! The doll rolls to the ground and bumps into the wall with a distinct thump. Finally awake, Mekti slowly shuffles to the beanbag sofa on the side and rubs at the spot on her head that bumped into the wall. Why are you so mean? It's not my fault that Klukai was called away. Besides, she said she'll be back ASAP after the report is done. Ignoring her, Belka angrily goes back to the wall with the string light in hand. Seeing Belka's agitated state, Doris gently shakes her head before walking up to her and helps her pop up one end of the string. Here, let me help you set it up. Belka glances at Doris and says nothing, yet Doris answers with a smile and holds the string high up to the wall. Look, Belka, how about here? Without waiting for Belka's answer, Doris carefully affixes the string light to the wall. Then, she picks up another string and begins affixing the second one with a smile on her face. Soon, the blank wall is covered with colorful lights. Even Mekti, who's dozing on the sofa, can't help but open her eyes wide to gaze at the sparkling scene. Oh, didn't expect this small rest area to look so pretty when decorated. What do you think, Belka? Seeing Belka still sulking, and Doris picks up the tied-up string light that had been thrown to the ground earlier and starts patiently untangling the knot. Shortly after, the tangled string light is returned to its original state, and Doris gently hands it to Belka and smells tenderly. It's all fixed up. Oh my. Are you still upset the leader couldn't make it back in time? Belka stomps her foot in frustration and lowers her head, clutching the string light in her palm. I didn't get upset because of Big Sis. She's just doing what she has to do per the client's request. It's her showing her sense of responsibility. She never slacks off, even on an anniversary. That's how cool Big Sis is. Indeed. Leader Klukai has always been very cool. Seeing that Belka has finally calmed down, and Doris takes the opportunity to pat her on the head. By the way, you should go really get your frame service now, Belka. You've been overburdening your frame the entire time during today's battle. You might exhaust your energy back up and end up in hibernation if you keep hanging around. Everything's settled here. It's okay for you to take a break. I don't want to. Maintenance will take up too much time, and I won't be the first one Big Sis sees when she comes back. I will wait for Big Sis here. She promised she'd be back soon. I see. We'll head for maintenance first then. Don't push yourself too hard, okay? And Doris leaves the rest area with Mekdi. Having watched him leave, Belka ponders for a moment, then sits on the beanbag sofa and rests her head on her knees. Any moment now, Big Sis will surely be back soon. Late into the night, an unusual calmness surrounds the base, only occasionally disturbed by the footsteps of staff echoing faintly down the corridor. However, as time goes on, the one specific sound Belka eagerly awaits never hears. Almost midnight already. Belka sinks deeper into the sofa, but still stares stubbornly in the direction of the corridor. When will Big Sis Klukai be back? Big Sis. At exactly 1:46 a.m., Klukai finally rushes into the rest area. The surprise Belka's been boasting about since the morning before thus pops into Klukai's view. The entire rest area had been decorated in a lively and cheerful fashion, with colorful lights emitting a soft, bright glow and balloons on the wall spelling out, Anniversary. Klukai subconsciously slows her footsteps and stares at the surprise Belka had prepared for her. Suddenly, she spots a doll curled up in the corner of the room. Belka? The doll in the corner does not respond. Klukai hurries over and sees the doll curled up on the beanbag sofa with her arm wrapped around her knees. Her fluffy head rests on her arm, and her eyes are gently closed. The damage to her body has yet to be repaired. Several tears in her synthetic skin look somewhat frightening under the flickering light. In hibernation, huh? Klukai leans over and gently pats her fluffy head. Don't cough. Klukai gently reaches out and picks up the sleeping Belka. You're heavier than I remember. Let's get you to maintenance. Klukai is currently compiling last night's commission report in the meeting room. Suddenly, someone knocks on the door. Before Klukai can respond, a figure shows the door open and rushes up to Klukai with a look of grievance on her face. Big Sis. Yeah? Big Sis, I heard you're back, so I came here right away. Are you working on something? I'm not bothering you, am I? Klukai does not answer, but simply examines Belka carefully. The doll in front of her looks clean and refreshed, clearly having undergone her maintenance. Were you planning just to hibernate in the rest area had I not come back last night? I just wanted to wait for Big Sis. Plus, I need to be back when you said so yourself. Belka steps forward and pouts a complaint. You did come back last night, so why didn't you wake me up then, Big Sis? Even if I was in hibernations, 10 minutes of charging and I would have been right back up. That way, we wouldn't have missed our anniversary. It's been a whole day. Why are you still thinking about that? Of course I'm still thinking about that. It's our anniversary of teammates formation, after all. A once-in-a-year opportunity. Isn't it a shame to have missed it? Is your noggin filled with nothing but anniversaries? With the kind of damage you sustained, of course maintenance was the priority. But even if we missed out yesterday, all your decorations still up, right? Tell Endoris and Mecta to come over in a bit. We can celebrate again today. Well, now. But today's no longer the anniversary. I've been preparing for so long, and I didn't even get a chance to gift you my present properly. Big sis, do you not care about this at all? What does that have to do with me caring or not? You big dummy! Wait, Belka? Before Gluga can react, Belka has already rushed out of the room crying. Staring at the fading silhouette, Gluga recalls Belka's hurt expression just now and finds herself at a loss. Did I say something wrong? They're all dorks. They're all dorks. Oh my god. Did I say something wrong? It's hard to come by you getting so upset and throwing a tantrum. I almost forgot you were capable of these emotions. I know where you're going with that, Commander. That's also what I've been worrying about. Losing my temper and making a big fuss like that to vent out all my frustrations is not cute at all. I also don't want everyone to see me like that. Are you saying your usual lively and cheerful demeanor was just an act? Not exactly, but even I can feel down and sad at times. It's just those moments don't usually last for long. If I wanted something, I'd fight to get it right now and never let worries drag into the next day. That's one of my greatest virtues. That being said, don't you dare take advantage of that and give me the cold shoulder, Commander. Otherwise, I'll get upset, Commander. Please remember that, okay? Looking at Belka's pitiable expression, I can't help but marvel at the expressiveness of her facial expression module. Of course, a well-behaved girl should be rewarded. I'm sure Klukai also understands this fact now after being made aware of your true feelings. At least, from what I know of her, she's not the kind of doll who would turn a blind eye to such things. You guessed it, Commander. Big Sis may look stone cold on the outside, but she's always been incredibly gentle and loving inside, so even if I might get a little upset, I won't actually blame her. Let's get going, Commander. You should really experience that part for yourself. Just walking her fucking diaries. You're such a bully, Commander. I mean, you're an exceptionally capable elite doll full of vigor, but you shouldn't be teasing me like this. You're 3 elite enemies ahead. 3! Really? Where? Oh, that's not too bad. Do not worry. According to the predictions from Sword Prior data, an adequate challenge will help you unlock your full potential. Plus, Klukai specifically informed me that Belka could easily win against these odds. That's right. Be sure to pay close attention to my gracefulness of combat, Commander. I'll be fine. Here, watch this. Watch this shit. I bet I can put a
好的，指挥官。
turret down at any spot I want. One up there. Oh, hold on. There we go. Perfect spot.
像这样如何？好。像这样如何？
And zap.
好困。
Now, let's roll with negative charge.
收到。
We can get these done.
碎裂吧。是。还在期待什么呢？
正常水平罢了。
别救我嘛！早早收工，早早回去等吧你。好困。
正常水平罢了。继续。目标沉默。
Oh, I'm surprised that Vector just didn't
收到。
fucking shoot him.
就这样消失吧，问题已解决。
正常水平罢了。
啊，总算结束了。回去后可以睡一整天吗？
Commander, why am I the only one here this time? Do not worry. This is a good opportunity to test your skills in stealth. There's an overwhelming number of enemies, but they have holes in their defenses. Kukai did train you in the skills needed to deal with this, right? Of course. I'll transmit the battlefield data to you in a bit. I believe that your analysis and judgment abilities is best to complete the mission by exploiting their blind spots. I hope you do, so don't worry. I understand, Commander. I want to be an elite, not like Big Sis, so I'll do my best to achieve that goal. Oh, cool. I actually do get to see your preset. Okay, cool. I'm gonna shoot this bitch while I fail the mission.
这一招厉害的哟！
Withdrawal successful. All done. The sorting is complete. Belka? Don't cry. I know you must have felt really wrong to her at the time, but the misunderstanding between you two has already been resolved. Seeing us embracing each other again what brings me to tears. Big Sis Kluga is so lovely. I want to become a doll at Big Sis too. Commander. Oh my god. Big rush. What is it? Since you know so much about Big Sis, you must know how to do it, right? Please spend more time with Belka and teach me, Commander. Alright, I promise, but you have to let go of me first. I can't breathe without how you're hugging me, not to mention how humid the air in the room already is. Despite you saying so, you didn't even try to push me away. Do you actually care about me in secret, Commander? Well, I suppose you wouldn't help me sort through my neural clouds otherwise, or neural records otherwise. I see the Commander does care about me. Klukai and I aren't the only ones who care about you, you know. Then you should stop rejecting my affection. Deep down, I've always been scared. Scared of being disliked and abandoned. Scared of losing the family I finally got back. Scared of being all left alone. Which is why I kept following Big Sis' footsteps. Not just because I admired her, but also to learn from her and better myself. Also, I could keep up with her. But for the longest of times, I felt I was doing nothing but going further and further away from her, which made me feel even more lonely. Bucka looks a little gloomy. It turns out she also experiences this kind of uneasiness. Do you still feel that way? If you promise me that you'll never abandon me, then perhaps I might feel better. Although Becca flashes a smile of triumph for a brief instant, I can't tell if that moment was actually part of her usual scheming. Let me tell you a secret, Commander. You're the only one I'm telling this to. Not even Big Sis Klukai knows about this. I've been really grateful that 404 came to the Elmo. Now I have a new family member, and that's you, Commander. You are now a precious part of my family. So, please promise me that I'm all you need, okay, Commander? Stop imitating Klukai. Yeah, you're the only one I can count on besides Big Sis, Commander. Please, Commander, pretty please. Now that you're the only one who know everything about me, if you still find me cute, would you please let me stay by your side, at your side forever? Just as I thought. This is also how you got Klukai back then, isn't it? I'd say it's a little different. It's an advanced version of the pestering specifically to deal with the Commander. Fine, I promise. Yeah. How about this instead? Let's set today as our anniversary, Commander. That way I can prepare a gift for you on this day next year. Will you also prepare something that surprises me, Commander? Becca's eyes sparkle with sincerity and a hint of mischief, revealing as much as her enthusiasm as her little schemes. It's like a spell being cast on me, leaving me with no choice but to nod. But a well-behaved girl deserves to be rewarded, and she doesn't ask for much, so Let's keep this bright smile going, I guess.
任务顺利完成，可露凯姐姐一定会夸我的吧
？It's a funny little portrait. Alright, let's see the last cutscene. Didn't even take that long, to be honest, but there's one whole ass less scene, so the best way to reciprocate. Belka is huddled in a corner of her dining room. Her quiet sobbing can be heard escaping from the ensconcement of her squirrel-shaped pillow. How did this turn out this way? Did I never belong here? Was I never meant to join 404? Big Sis doesn't care about me or our reunion. She doesn't care about me at all. As Belka cries her heart out, she stands up and slams the pillow into the ground. Well, squirrel. Big Sis, she hates squirrels. She hates me. Next, Belka snatches up all the squirrel plush, stickers, and mallet toys lined up on the desktop and furiously throws them into the bin by her feet. I'm done. I don't want any of this anymore. I hate squirrels. I hate mallards. I hate you, Big Sis. Belka shoves all the squirrels and mallards into the paper bin while tears well up in her eyes. Then she drags the travel bag out of the closet and begins packing her belongings. I don't want to be here anymore. I'm leaving today. I'm leaving right now. After a while of tearfully packing, her travel bag had been stuffed full. Still sniffling, Belka hoists the bag onto her back and takes a few steps toward the door. Suddenly, she reaches into one of her pockets and pulls out a bullet casing. Perhaps due to it being constantly and carefully polished, the bullet casing shines like a mirror-like gleam. It's the bullet casing Big Sis gifted me. I don't want it. I don't want it anymore. I don't want anything. Belka raises her hand and intends to throw the casing into the bin as well. However, after a few minutes standing idly in the room, the casing is so tightly clutched in Belka's palm. Realizing her reluctance, Belka throws herself onto the bed again and bursts into tears. Suddenly knocking on the door can be heard, followed by Klukai's voice coming through it. You're in the room, Belka? I'm not! What are you talking about? We can hear your cries down the entire fucking hallway. I'm not crying. You're crying right now. As the sobbing inside the room seems to have subsided, Klukai awkwardly raises her voice to speak. Alright, stop crying. It was my fault last night. Given that I agreed to celebrate our anniversary together, I should have woken you up even if you were hibernating. Hearing Klukai's apology, Belka, who has almost stopped crying, bursts into tears again. Big Sis, you've always been like this. You've never cared about me or my feelings. You're always so mean to me. You never team up with me during training, and you always deliberately avoid me. Overcome with emotion, Belka sits down on the edge of the bed, tears running down her cheeks. I don't even want to be here anymore. You don't like me anyway. You don't care about our anniversary. I'm leaving 404. The bag on her back, Belka fiercely stands up and is ready to leave through the door when suddenly she hears Klukai's voice with a much colder tone coming from outside. You think you can come and go as you please? I'm hired 404's leader and you're one of its members. You're not going anywhere without my permission. So scary. But I'm gonna leave anyway. With the bag on her back, Belka abruptly opens the door. Seeing Belka appear before her with eyes filled with tears, Klukai is stunned for a moment before immediately reacting. What are you doing with this big of a backpack? Belka takes a step back under the pressure from Klukai's gaze. She retreats into the room and slams the door shut. Yet before the door closes, Klukai catches sight of the mess going on inside her room. Boo-hoo. Inside of the room, Belka throws herself back onto the bed and begins to cry softly again. After a moment of silence, Klukai starts to talk in a low, unnatural voice, unlike her normal way of speech. Belka? Actually, I was quite surprised you came to 404. I never realized that I was important to you, nor did I think that 404 was a good place of belonging for you. But you've proven to me with your action that keeping you in 404 was the right decision. Makes sense. Even though you've got a long road ahead of becoming an elite doll, and despite being so noisy and clingy, you've indeed grown. I can be strict at times, but I'm not completely insensitive. Your efforts haven't been lost on me. As Klukai finishes her monologue, silence returns to the room. With her tears finally stopping, Belka sniffles before slowly taking a few steps toward the door, and opens it. Belka stands stiffly outside. Seeing Belka staring at her with tears streaming down her cheeks, Klukai can't help but feel a little awkward. Makes sense. So you've been caring about me all along. Then why did you neglect the anniversary of our reunion? Clukai lowers her eyes and remains silent for a moment as if weighing her words. At last she raises her head and looks at Belka earnestly. Look, I know you've placed a good deal of importance on the day of our reunion. However, the exact date of the reunion, or the day we choose to celebrate it for that matter, doesn't really matter in my eyes. The fact we've reunited is far more precious than any celebrations or commemorations. As long as 404 is still around with us in it, as long as we can still go on missions together and return safe and sound, then that by itself is the best way of honoring our reunion. As she finishes, Clukai awkwardly clears her throat. She then retrieves a box from behind her, stuffs it in the back of his hands, and immediately looks away. Here, it's for you. For me? Belka's eyes widen as she frantically holds onto the box, completely flustered. Yes, take a look. Belka quietly unties the bow, wrapping around the box. The lid of the box opens to reveal a wooden carving of a squirrel. The squirrel clutches his pine cone and sits with its head tilted back in the center of the box. Although the carvings are somewhat rough, the squirrel's expression is vividly lifelike. A squirrel. Belka props the wooden squirrel in her palm and stares at it in disbelief. Did you hand carve this yourself, Big Sis? Yeah, indeed. A present for the squirrel. It's rather rough. I did it casually in my spare time without putting much effort into it. You don't... I knew it. Big Sis cares about me after all. With traces of dried tears still visible on her cheeks, Belka breaks into a smile and throws herself into a tight embrace with Clukai. You don't hurl yourself at me like this all of a sudden. I know. Big Sis Clukai is the best. I love you the most. Then what's all these squirrels on the ground? And mallards, too. I had no idea you collected mallards. It doesn't matter. Belka giggles as she looks at the wooden squirrel in her hand and hugs Clukai even tighter. The squirrel Big Sis gave me is all Belka needs. Gosh, you just gave her a fucking lollipop, bro. Alright. Cool. I don't know if my opinion of her has changed, but at least I get more insight as to how she is. I mean, I can see how it tugs on some heartstrings. And I wouldn't say that, like, she's completely irredeemable, but I don't think she's definitely not my type, 100%. I don't know. Something about the whole, like, hyperfixation syscon thing really doesn't rub me the right way. But that's just my personal thing, right? There we go. We have reached 60. Good. I'll probably buy these. Okay, well, I mean, it was pretty good. Although, I feel like some other characters do some heavy lifting. If anything, I think I have more respect for Clukai more than I did before. So, but here, how about this? I'll give her 2 chances to come home. Because I do want Zhang Yu quite a lot. So I'm going to give her a single temple. Oh, there we go. I got some of those.
哇，是有不得了的大麻烦出现了吗？
Alright, well, guess we're not getting it. Because getting it will require me to get this too. The Sylvan Elf. High performance assault rifles on the Belka. It gives you a crit damage multiplier, which is retarded. I'm assuming every point of mobility expended before attacking increases damage by 5% up to a maximum of 10%. pretty good. Cool.
活力十足是件好事。
Okay. I think I'm good. Me tired. Let me calibrate some of these so I can lock them.